Hi there. It's your second favorite DP right here, okay? No, that's Deadpool, you silly little Hufflepuff. Anyways, I'm gonna need you to shut up that pretty little mouth of yours and pay attention because the show's about to start, alright? And, I don't know about you, but I know who's my vote for sexiest ex-soldier turned pop culture show host. Alright, enough foreplay. Let's get on with the show.
Hey, everybody! Welcome! Tonight is April 14th, 2026. This is episode 239, I think, of Pop Culture Warrior, the show where I stay up to date on all the ins and outs of what's happening in pop culture so you don't have to. I am your host. I am CQ. But I can't do it alone, ladies and gentlemen. No, sirree. And while I thought he might not show up tonight, he surely is here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. Mad Mike.
What's up?
I hate you so much. I hate you so
we're doing
much.
this. We're doing this.
Are we live? Is this live? Is this happening? Are we happening right now? Is this real life? Yes. Yes, it is.
Did you hit the button?
I hit the button. They can hear me. They can hear you. Like, that's always my checklist. Can they see me? Can they hear me? Can they see you? Can they hear you? Thumbs up on all. There we go. Hey, Heath, what's up, man? Man, it's Tuesday night already. Feel like it flew by. It flew by, man. It really did. It did. I don't know. Does that feel like it for you? I don't know.
I don't remember last week, man. I'm like a 10-minute memory span.
10-minute Tom over here.
Like fucking Alzheimer's.
I'm gonna call you 1
Isn't
minute.
there a
Mike?
movie where the person only remembered stuff for like 10 minutes or some shit? That's me.
Yeah. You're thinking of what was 10-second Tom from 50 First Dates, where he kept resetting his memory every 10 seconds. I'm gonna call you 1 minute Mike. That's your not mad.
That's what my wife calls me too. Giggity.
You're being nice. Is that a beard or a shadow on Mike? It's a little. He's got some dirt. He was outside. He's got some dust. Some dust has settled upon his visage.
I can grow a glorious beard, but CQ gets all jelly.
Yeah, that's it. That
it's not
is
all
it
gray.
exactly. Welcome, folks, to another amazing edition of Pop Culture Warrior. Tonight, joining us later in the program is an incredible author. His new book is Red Rovers. It's kind of like a sci-fi, military, teleportation, action venture kind of book. We're going to dive into it. Mr. Leo Baker is going to be joining us later tonight. But for now, it is us. You're graced with our presence. There you go. So many things. Dude, last week was such a good week. If you like television, if you like comic booky shows, because we had one of the best episodes of Daredevil so far. We had the new and final season of The Boys, episodes 1 and 2 aired. We had the latest episode of the Invincible series. Just banger after banger after banger after banger. Thoughts?
Yeah,
anything?
I watched it last week, and I text this fucking guy like, "Great episode," and he's like, "Oh, thanks, bud." I'm talking about Daredevil, you dumb fuck, not our show. Oh, I thought you were having a stroke. You're being so nice. He fucking says to me.
Okay. Context is important.
I said, I'm getting off and I'm going to watch Daredevil.
I understand.
And it was literally an hour later, and I was like, oh, great episode. Oh, thanks, bud. Like, I'm fucking watching the interview. Like, no, I don't fucking watch this show when I'm not on it.
Like,
I don't know why I gotta keep saying it.
Okay. You left midway through the program while I stayed for the interview. And so it just so happened to line up that as we were finishing the interview, shutting down the stream for the night, literally, I'm like just wrapping up. I get off, I step away, and you say, "Hey, man, great episode tonight." And I was just like, wow, he's what?
I never give comments, especially what is it? Not comments. Fuck.
Compliments
or whatever. I don't fucking compliment, especially you of all people. Fucking cold day in hell before I compliment you. He's like, "Oh, such a nice guy,
man. That's so nice of you." I was like, I really needed it. I've been going through it.
I was down in the dumps. It was a hard interview.
I was just about to. But you really? And he's like, "Not you, you fucking boot." And I'm like,
emotional damage.
Emotional.
Threw his phone across the room. Like, fuck,
it was bad. It was bad. Anyways, so
it was an excellent episode.
But yes, Daredevil
finally rising to his potential.
Yeah, that was super cool, man. Watching him
in the covert suit, not some gay like white fucking bullseye or red or whatever the fuck, like, how's that camouflage? Like, where do you go? The only place reason works is if he's outside a Target.
Give him some pleather, some like Matrix style pleather, you know. It's
funny how they like design these. I don't know, because it's like the 60s and everyone was fucking tripping balls all the time, but it's like you still carry it over.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
It's funny when they carry it over and then you're like, oh, why did people not like this? It's like you made them fucking look stupid as shit.
Like, for real though, it is hard to, like, how do you pay homage to, you know, some of the original suits while, because here's the thing, you look like Spider-Man, you know, is practically the same since like the 60s, 70s. I had like the modern kind of version in the 90s with the McFarlane, but is relatively stayed the same with your Batmans and things like that. You know, Captain America is like, there are a few heroes that have like really stood the test of time as far as their suits and things like that. You know, you look at like Hawkeye, right? And it's ridiculous.
It's fucking purple. Like, who the fuck wears when you go outside and you see somebody wearing purple?
The hood with the ears and then like the flared boots, the 70s style flared boots.
It's like this guy gets this shit custom tailored to look like a douchebag. Yeah. I paid $3,000 for this suit. Like, you're a fucking dumbass.
You know, so it's I empathize with like the costume departments, because it's like, if you don't do it like the comics, well, you know, oh, they didn't stick to the originals. And then if you're like, okay, well, let's do it like modern, and it's like, oh, everything is, it's all just belt buckles and leather and stuff, and it's like, you can't win. You can't.
What
win.
else are you gonna do? Like fucking, like when they did the X-Men, everyone was bitching, and it's like, yeah, that's more accurate. They're not gonna fucking wear these bright ass. That they just did that shit because they had a bunch of fucking excess paints laying around. They're like, we gotta fucking use all this shit up. I only got purple and pink. Well, make the fucking gayest character Hawkeye those colors. Like, fuck.
Because I mean, there's only so many characters that can either be like all black or like red and blue. Like that's it. So they're like, fuck it, you know.
You gotta make it appealing. It's art, and you gotta make people want to read it or whatever.
It's gotta jump
you don't
off
need
the
to
page.
make the movie the same fucking way, you assholes.
Yeah, you know.
I want him in a pink suit. It's like, shut your fucking whore mouth, one person.
the one truest, the true guy that's like, it's not cute.
Fucking, he's supposed to have a real Falcon. It's like, yeah, what the fuck is that gonna do? Thing flies at like 3 miles an hour.
I would love, like, because in the comics, you know, Falcon had a real Falcon and it like had like a telepathic communication with him. But like, I would love them
stupid suit too. Remember, wasn't it like
oh my god, red and white, and it had like, it was like sleeveless and goggles.
I can't do sleeves. Everyone knows if you have a Falcon, you have to show the guns.
It's like so non-aerodynamic. But the what would be hilarious is for movie Falcon to have a Falcon, but like he doesn't have the telecommunication.
Yeah,
so he's just like, come back, and the bird just does whatever the fuck it wants.
Come back. It's
like, go get him.
The fucking bird from the John Cena show.
Oh yes, Eagly and Peacemaker.
Like the same thing. It's like, just does whatever the fuck he wants.
Does whatever the fuck he wants. He's like, come on, man, come on, bro. Listen to me. The mutant Falcon. Yes, it is a mutant Falcon. But
anyways,
yes,
it was a good episode.
Daredevil,
still, like I said, no Jessica Jones. Gonna be the last fucking episode. A bunch of cocksuckers.
They gotta hype you up for the final few episodes.
To you, Marvel, you fucking sandbagging mother effers.
Yeah, that's where you draw the line.
But it was good. I like the bullseye. I think it's a little far fetched, but it's entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude, like, he's like this. It's like his power is accuracy, like, and he does this, and that fucking knife flies at like 7,000 feet per second.
It bounces off 6 items, and hits them with enough force to like impale them.
That's just like, wait, he's just like incredibly accurate. I didn't know he like was super fucking strong or whatever. Like taking a little liberty there.
I know. Like here's the thing. When he like flicks the coin at the TV with the little boom like that, and it like busts the glass, I'm like, you could do that if you wanted to like change the channel, right? You're like, bam, change the channel. Believable. But like, I'm gonna, break open the screen of the TV because I just flicked it so hard. Nah, that's a little too much.
And then he's like bouncing those little knives off shit, and it's killing 17 dudes. I don't know. It's entertaining, but at the same time, I'm like, this is not like what he does.
It's kind of not his whole thing. I did love the when he kind of like leans down to the guy in the counter. It's like, you shouldn't have a dog. It's just what was it? It's unsanitary.
He's getting all pissed because the guy brought a dog in the diner.
It's like he just murdered
fucking murders 17 people in there.
There's blood everywhere and brain matter everywhere, and he's like, this is unsanitary. God, I love it. I love it so much.
Fun. It's good. Better than Colin Farrell.
Yes, and so as we kind of discussed last week, like this was the big episode where they had the big boxing match, which I was watching with my wife, and I was explaining, like, I laughed when they announced the gym that it was going to be at, and she goes, I don't get it. And I'm like, dude, it's such a dick move. Like, that's his dad's gym. That's where his dad boxed, and Kingpin knows that. Like, so he's like, treating that like holy ground for Daredevil as this kind of like, stunt space. And I was just like, it's such a Kingpin thing to do. Like, I'm just going to, shit on you while you're on the ground. So yeah, it was, I like it.
They show he's so strong, even though he's like, doesn't look like it.
Yeah, dude, he beat the snot out of it. So here's my take. Sorry for anybody that didn't watch the episode. It ends with a really cool moment where Bullseye threw the glass award thing. And now, awesome that Kingpin blocks it. Although, if we're being real, Bullseye's whole thing is that he doesn't miss. But either way, he breaks it, and we think it's all in the clear. And then turns out this girl got impaled. Do we think she's dead? Or is she just like hospitalized?
I think so. Well, they might do a coma thing for a little bit, but either way, I don't know. She's probably dead. She's dead. And it's going to send them on a spiral.
Yes.
And then we're going to get evil, Kingpin.
Yes. And
just when you thought I was out, you pulled me back in.
That's what the whole episode is about, how she reins him in. They literally say it like word for word.
But
then also it's a lot of
or whatever meets with her. And she's
the
like,
governor,
I don't like him, but you, whatever.
Yes. So it definitely seems. Now, I'm a firm believer, right? Comic book properties. You don't see a body in a casket with a tombstone, they ain't dead. And even then, it's comics. They probably could come back. But I definitely think this is what they needed to turn the corner and let him really go full insane psycho, crime Kingpin boss guy. And it's gonna get brutal. The next couple episodes are probably gonna get pretty,
and that's
especially if she's dead.
The muscle of a tiny white lady.
He needs a nice strong white lady to save him.
Another one. He's already got one. He needs two.
So I definitely think I'm excited to see where they take it.
I wanted to ask you something.
Yeah.
The guy, the tiger, with the Hispanic tiger dude. What the fuck's his
White
name
tiger.
Again? White tiger. Oh,
yeah.
It's kind of opposite of racism.
Reverse racism. Yep.
Yeah. I thought the necklace was the thing that gave him the powers.
Yes.
And that little chick, what's his niece, right? Or is it daughter?
Niece.
Mm-hmm. She's running around with the thing around her neck and she has no powers. You got to say some chant or something like fucking ¿De dónde está?
¿Dónde está el biblioteca? So activate the powers. Necesito el
the
baño.
Explorer comes out. You say power.
Swiper, no swiping. So Yes, from the
Or they changed it for the
lore
show?
accurate comic books, the amulet is what gave him the white tiger powers. We've yet to see any sort of inclination in that way that it's actual power based. So maybe it's something that'll be unlocked. Maybe not. I thought it was heavily implied with like he wears the necklace and then she gets it like, oh shit, the
Because was he
young white
fat? I don't
tiger.
remember. Like they only showed him a little bit, but I guess
Yeah.
he was just normal.
He was just a
I don't think
normal
they showed
dude.
him any like super fast. He's just like some weirdo wearing a fucking leather suit or
And
whatever.
I mean, the guy was walking down an alley. They put a gun to his head, and bam, he's gone. If he had some white tiger
was fast
instincts,
or whatever.
and just dodged out of the way or something. So, I don't know.
So
I
it's
don't
just
know.
like a trinket, I guess.
It's just like a lucky charm. Now, what would be interesting is if he didn't have that, and it was just kind of a part of his whole getup, but that, kind of like Kamala's gauntlets, but bracelets, that like something activates it, and it turns out it did have, and then she's given these powers, and then she joins like the Young Avengers.
Put in like a, gotta get the adrenaline pumping or whatever. Danger, danger,
danger, Will Robinson. So yeah, it would.
I don't know if they're gonna lean into that more or not.
Yeah,
I was just wondering that. I was like, she's fucking rocking that shit, and she doesn't like feel like, whoa, man, I can't go to sleep at night. I clean the whole house.
that's the cocaine. That's not the.
That's
I'm like super powered.
It's because you're fucking sloppy with the cocaine packaging. You're fucking getting the powder all in the air.
They're magically delicious. Yeah. No, if it's hard because I know how desperate they are to like keep the TV stuff, and the movie stuff. But if we're going to build to this kind of Young Avengers, which again, we've seen America Chavez, we've seen Miss Marvel, we've seen Cassie Lang, Stature, we've seen the new Hawkeye, Kate Bishop. We've seen, like there's so many of these teens, the Wiccan, the Speedy Kid, and like we've seen them, and so it's like it makes sense that they're leading us down that path to a Young Avengers, I don't know, series or something. But
it's a show, not a movie.
Yeah, it's definitely. It's like the Runaways, right? The Runaways show, it could work. It could definitely work. So yeah. I can't. But who would they battle? Like, who would the Young Avengers battle?
Yeah, that's like Young Justice. It's like you get all those stupid like remnants and shit. It's kind of lame.
Yeah, it was like you bring in like Kid Loki. They had to battle like Kid Loki or something.
It's like always the dumbest. I always thought it was the dumb. I never read them. It's the dumbest shit because it's like it's the B team. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go to the strip club in the morning. Like when they open, it's like, no, you don't go then. You go at fucking night, you weirdo.
Hey,
like
but the
nobody
buffet,
wants to see this shit.
The buffet,
something shouldn't be seen.
The buffet's on point, bro. The buffet's on point. You can't knock it. But yeah, so
I think it's stupid. But then I like how he put fucking Matthew Lillard in his place.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Beat that guy's ass, motherfucker.
That was interesting because, again, it's this dichotomy between obviously it's the US government doing these shady things that they got to, because it's what we do with the CIA.
You think that's where he's still working, or if you think he's the hand, or is it like maybe he works for that lady, the lady from Seinfeld?
Yes, Allegra De Fontaine.
Yeah.
So that's for people that missed it. When the assistant governor or whatever was in Fisk's office, when he was like, oh, okay, yes, Miss Fontaine, like he name drops her. Does that mean that's who he's working for? Could be. Does that mean who he's working for has the connection to get her in there? Could be. So it would be interesting. We know that this Daredevil series leads into the Punisher special, which leads into the Spider-Man movie, which we already know the hand is going to be in that. So maybe it's hard to say.
Speaking of which, fuck, that was a good trailer.
Yes, man, that Spider-Man trailer so good.
No, not Spider-Man, you fucking boot.
The Punisher
damn it.
trailer. I know.
Punisher.
I gotta throw in
The
the
realest
Spider-Man.
of heroes.
The realest of heroes. No, the Punisher, what's it? One More Kill special looks phenomenal. It really, really does.
Cray.
It looks good. I'm excited for it. That'll be, I think, 1 week after the Daredevil season wraps up. I'm excited for it. Although, and this is the one thing that irks me, and I don't know how you fix it, but because everything's connected and because you have to promote things, we kind of know that based in the Spider-Man's promos, you know, we see the hand, we see this stuff, we see Punisher, so we know like he's not gonna die in the Punisher series, right? That takes some of the danger away for Frank Castle, because we're like, well, we know he pops up in, you know, whatever. And then there's certain things where like if you read into it, you can kind of put two and two together, right? Because in the Punisher trailer, like, he's got the big beard, he's fucking super like but then in the Spider-Man trailer, he's clean shaven, he's got the nice haircut, you know, he's playful bantering, you know, with Spider-Man.
He's back on his meds. He took his PTSD meds. Maybe smoking a little marijuana.
He finally got that VA appointment. He got that VA. He got his 100%.
It's a long wait time, all right? In between, you know, you got a 6-month wait to your appointment. You killed a couple hundred people.
Yeah, you know, he's
happens.
cleansed his soul. He did
We're
some
like,
of that
okay, we can fit
holistic...
you in. You just killed 150 fucking bad guys. We should probably squeeze this guy in. He's kind of a priority.
No. He got his 100%, so he's good. He's like, oh shit, I'm good. Oh, bet. I'm much happier now. Not gonna fuck with Spider-Man, you know. Yeah. So there's that, and you know, obviously, we're already and this is I can't help it. But like I've already seen set photos and behind the scenes photos for next season of Daredevil, and
they're already leaking them, and it's like,
if you just use your eyeballs, it is major spoilers. Adam says, "Tap me in. I have strong feelings." Let us know, Adam. Let us know, what are your feelings on this, because I'd love to know. But it just because like I'm excited to see more is coming, but you gotta
you're not gonna get what you're thinking you're gonna get, because they're already showing you like, oh fuck, man, it's not going where I thought it was going.
Yeah, and like, not for nothing, but you see a set photo of the gang, and they're in a prison setting, and one of them's wearing a orange jumpsuit. You're kind of like, well, I guess one of them's going to be in prison.
Locked up.
Like, you know, use some common sense, people. I love seeing the cast photos and all that. I do. But if you're in costume, if you're on set,
just wait till after the fucking season, at least.
Seriously, don't spoil it for us, man. It's so hard to keep
I think it's like May 19th. It's like you can't wait like fucking 3 more weeks.
Well, not even. This is for next season of Daredevil.
I know, but I'm saying you just release those things in 3 weeks when the fucking season ends, so you're not spoiling it for us.
Oh yeah. But it could also be. It might not be from this season. You know what I'm saying? Like it might be because they're filming next season now. So
that's what I'm fucking saying. You're watching this shit they're filming for next season, and it's ruining this season that hasn't aired yet. Right. So wait to release the spoiler fucking pictures of you guys on set until season 2 fucking ends for the 3rd time.
It can ruin next season, not just this season, but next season. Because maybe he doesn't end up in prison in this season. Maybe it's in the first episode of next season.
Well, I just want to know after I watch this season, because I'm already fucking know what's gonna happen now.
Adam says, that ain't my Punisher. My Punisher don't wear skinny jeans and doesn't have his body hair lasered off. I mean, is that is that acknowledged? Is there somewhere, did I miss a scene in one of the shows where he has a body hair lasering appointment that I missed?
Somebody's paying a little too much attention.
Did they release like a side comic that like the tie-in to the episode? I didn't see that part.
Maybe he's just so swole, those pants are just tight on him. Okay. And he can't really get out to the store because he's having a fucking depression PTSD episode.
Oh God, that's awesome.
Fucking talking to himself. You think he has time to be like, hey, by the way, those pants are a little too tight, brother. Let's stop in here. Let's go to the Old Navy and get you some
for those of us that are post-service. Everyone's pants become skinny jeans at some point,
yeah.
Because things get a little tight.
Pants I fucking left with.
Things get a little
still
tight.
Fit. Like, bitch, that shit's fucking screaming.
Yeah, and the laser body hair, maybe that's the only way he fits. It's too puffy, so he has to.
It's just fucking his hair just rubbed off from wearing a fucking flak jacket all the time.
Yes, right. Yeah. Why doesn't anyone shoot him in the face? Because he is such an excellent.
Have you ever seen
soldier.
Cops try to shoot stuff? Like, they have like 2 hours of training. They're not hitting anyone in the face.
I was like, because he's just.
And you see some fucking crazy veteran with a beard and a fucking skull printed on his flak chest, and see how good a shot you are when he's fucking just killed 13 of your fucking fellow cops. You guys were just sitting at Denny's, fucking eating fucking grand slams, and all of a sudden you get a call and you show up, some this fucking psycho with a beard and a skull on his chest is fucking just blasting people
slinging
away.
lead,
and then you got some fucking dude in a red skin tight outfit with devil horns flying around. You got another guy that's fucking flicking knives at 1,000 miles per hour.
Not even
I'm
knives,
fucking not
forks.
hitting nothing. I'm just
I'm just throwing the gun.
I fucking quit. Oh, I got paid fucking $40,000 a year. I ain't getting involved in this shit.
I just want one guy to be like, you know what? Fuck this. Just throw down his gun and run away.
I ain't got time for this. That guy just throwing a fucking pipe with a fucking rope attached to it. And it flies back at him.
It's like, I'm pretty sure that's a walking stick he just beat me with.
He just got a fucking...
This guy threw a quarter at me and gave me a concussion. God damn it.
Like, fucking half the force is on workman's comp and you want him to do headshots? Like, fuck's sake.
Workman's comp, man. Half those dudes are in the fucking morgue. The other half's on workman's comp.
I was telling the wife and kids, because they're like, man, he really beating the shit out of them. Like, they're just sleepy. They're just so sleepy. He doesn't kill anyone. They're just sleepy.
They're just so very sleepy. Very leaky and very sleepy.
Yeah. You could lose about 13 pints of blood. It's fine.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Again, I didn't see no caskets. I didn't see no grave. There was no headstones. They're fine. They're perfectly fine.
Still waiting for him to bring Froggy back.
Foggy. Not Froggy, Foggy. Foggy Nelson.
Tomato.
One man's Foggy's, another man's Froggy.
Speaking of Matthew Lillard, did you see him fucking running in his boxers? Some guy broke into his house.
No, I didn't see that.
Like this morning. I didn't drop it in the group chat.
God damn it.
Yeah, somebody broke into his house in the middle of the night. It's like his house camera. You just see him running out. Come back, bitch! Like, come on, you want some? Like, fucking chasing him down. Like, cursing
that can't be real. That can't be real.
Where you going, you little bitch?
That can't be real. I'm sorry.
It's fucking real. We'll Google that shit, bitch.
No, I can't.
I saw it on Instagram. Everything on Instagram's real, man.
I saw it on the internet. It's got to be real.
They got Sasquatches, like snowboarding and shit. Tell me that shit ain't real. Fuck you.
Let's see. Hold on. I gotta
Google it. It's fucking great. I was like, holy shit, this guy's awesome.
Let's see.
It's a TMZ, I think, was the one that posted it.
I'm not seeing. I don't see nothing popping up in the news feed. Anyway,
Matthew
Lillard. House intruder. There you go. Yep. Camera footage showed actor Matthew Lillard chasing a naked alleged home intruder off his property through freezing snowy conditions.
He was naked. He's in his boxers.
Wait a minute. This can't be real. This can't be real.
Motherfucker.
This can't be. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Totally him.
Underwater in freezing cold weather. I'm getting closer. I'm not done yet. I paid you for the full hour. That's so that happened. So based on the time date stamp, that's January 30th of 2025. So that's over a year and 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Unless the camera footage is wrong, but that doesn't.
Maybe he's went to court and shit with the dude, and they can't release it until after the thing's done prosecuting.
Bullshit. I've seen. Yes, Adam. I have. Yeah, met Matthew a few years. Totally right. Matthew Lillard is one of the coolest, chillest dudes in Hollywood, hands down. I've got to meet him a few times, and every time he's a fucking crack up, absolute crack up, funny dude. What about The Boys and Invincible? Any thoughts on the latest episodes, man? The Boys was good.
Season 3 of The Boys, and I'm on season 2, like episode 8 of fucking Invincible.
Oh god.
No, I'm on the last season, episode 4 or 5, I think, of The Boys. And yeah, I'm only on season 2, I think episode 8 or 9.
Dude, you're missing out on some of the best.
I know, and everyone's buzzing on the fucking internet. So I got to do my research for this fucking show, and I see all the spoilers. I'm like, gosh darn it. Some of us like to take our time. It's like fine wine.
I like to just spin it around and sniff it and sip it.
I just forget what I was watching. Like, what the hell was I watching?
Thank God for those like recaps, season recaps, because half the time I'll put up a show and I'm like, what the fuck? What?
The worst at the Game of Thrones shows. Oh my God. When I was watching the new one and they're just dropping names like everyone remembers. I'm like, dude, one, we can't pronounce names. Everyone knows this. Game of Thrones was like, let's make the most fucked up names possible.
Yes.
And it's like,
absolutely.
that's Shaniqua, the 30th of the 13th realm. And it's like, who the fuck was that again? Oh yeah, the little blonde crazy fuck. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So anyway,
yeah, dude, you know what I watched?
What you watch? Tell me.
Not because you recommended it, because
of course
another one of my friends recommended it, but I went and saw that Project Hail Mary,
and
it was good.
Such a bitch.
It was good.
It was good.
It's got Ryan Gosling in it.
You cried like a bitch. I bet you.
Guy's so hot, fucking Gosling. I could watch that guy all day long.
Gosling.
Just needs to have like a camera follow him around. so hot. No, it was good. It was fun. They did a good job. I liked it.
Yeah. All in all, I mean,
would I watch it again? Probably not. But actually, I will, because I'm gonna forget I saw it. Oh, what's this movie? And then be like, hey, so cute. You watch Project Hail Mary
with Ryan Gosling? So good.
You should check it out. He's got a rock friend.
He's rocky.
Anyways,
what was I gonna say? Damn it!
Good on you. Are you gonna go watch the Sheep movie now?
The Sheep Detective. No, I'm not. I'm a big supporter of Hugh Jackman, but that is
sometimes I wonder, like, what the fuck, dude?
That draws the.
What kind of contract did you sign with what devil? Because what the fuck? Just somebody like, is he microdosing mushroom? It's like maybe someone just gave him a little too much. Like
they're like, listen. You want to
can't say no. His agent's like, you really gotta run these things through me because he can't say no. Someone went direct to him, like, yeah, I'm in.
It was at a convention. They're like, hey, I got this movie. You got it, mate. I'm in.
Fuck. It's like those commercials where they're like, the people, not the commercials, the reels where the people are like, hey, nice shirt. Call you later. Fuck. Damn it.
Oh God.
Can I get a please burger cheese? Damn it.
Please burger cheese. The Boys was really good. I won't spoil anything, But the dude with the magnificent long schlong is in it again, and he can.
Ooh, he's
it's
my
like
favorite character.
he like it's so funny because he like whips people with it. He's
Yeah,
like,
what's his thing?
You're just like
What a weird.
it's such a like it's bad enough to be whipped, but to be whipped with someone's member is just
But again, it's like how much. It's just like emotional damage.
you're like,
It's not like he's whipping that thing around at like 1,000 miles an hour.
I mean,
you know?
but it's hefty. Like you see him like
Yeah.
like he
At the same time, these guys are super strong, super fast, whatever, and it's like this guy's just whipping it. It's like,
well, I think in this context, he was whipping somebody who was just a normal. He was a
wow,
normie. But yeah, there was a
it's an
prison
average
full of
day in like
yeah.
prison. I don't know.
What absolutely kills me, and this is just, I mean, say what you will. We don't talk about politics and stuff here, obviously. The similarity of what's happening in Daredevil, right, to what we're seeing in America, and also in The Boys, like basically they're putting these soups in internment camps. Like when you see and you go, like, remember, this was filmed over a year ago, which means it was written 2 or 3 years ago, right? And they go, what's the worst, most horrible, evil thing we can imagine? And now you're watching this, you're going like, yeah, that's like I see that shit all the time. Like that's on the news. That's outside. Like it's so crazy to me that what they thought was like, what's the worst thing we can do to these characters? That's just everyday life for us right now. Like that.
Yeah, is it? No, it's just their left's like, oh, let's play on their fears. It's like nobody's in internment camps. Like, no. And there's no superheroes. What world do you live in? Fuck's sake.
That's the takeaway. The superheroes.
Trump's putting all the superheroes in camps. Like, what the fuck? What did I miss? What news do you watch?
You're obviously not up to
Let me
date.
get some of that news. Fuck. Damn, I've been living in the fucking Matrix this whole time. I better wake up. Superheroes everywhere. Shit.
Hey, it is what it is. I'm just saying.
I was in New York, and they did have posters. They want this guy Matt Murdock. He's missing.
Yes. Gotta
some
save
other guy
Matt
with the red
Murdock.
horns. That's like wanted.
Kind of a big deal. In some news, let's talk about some pop culture news. I love this article. I love the idea of this. Xbox boss, the new one that just stepped in, declares that Game Pass is too expensive and needs a better value equation.
Fucking
Love that.
Agree 100%.
Love that. Like, but you ever get the feeling that like they're like, you look hungry. Here's a plate of shit, and you're like, wait a minute, like they're saying the good thing, but with the bad intention. You know what I mean?
Pandering to us. Like, she's just trying to win us over. It's like, are you really going to change anything? No. Because why would you cut that revenue stream? Like, you know what? We got too much money. You know.
I'm reading between the lines. I'm reading betwixt the lines in that we want to give you more options. So here's a $4 cheaper tier, but it has ads every 15 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, that's what
Don't give them ideas. Now you're gonna be like in the middle of the game, and you're gonna be like, "Are you struggling with anal warts?"
It's like every time you pause,
try this
advertisements.
Cream.
Yeah, dude, it's bad. But like, that is, 100%. I guarantee you, those are conversations being had. How do we go about it, like Netflix and all these subscription services, where we can squeeze more ads in? Because here's the thing. Less and less people are watching TV, right? Typical normal TV. And because of that, that is a lot of ad revenue that is being pulled from network TV. That's money that's available that they want to put somewhere else. So they're going to start putting it on, on your web browsers. They're going to put it on your streaming services. And I guarantee you, Xbox is like, how do we get some more of that ad revenue and shove it down their throat? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I mean, they've already talked about in movies. They're like, we're going to double the commercials before movies. And it's like, you fucking kidding me?
What are you talking about? What the fuck? You mean previews? Like,
no. Obviously, you haven't gone to a theater in a while. They before the
was
previews
just
even
fucking
start.
Sunday. I show up late, you fucking asshole.
That's what it is. Before the previews, they start running commercials now. Now there's
you mean like way before the movie? Like, when they have like fucking Mario Lopez and shit, and then they're like, play the game. You're talking about that time?
Sure.
Like if you're half an hour earlier, and it's like, oh,
half an hour early,
like watching Access Hollywood and shit.
Yes, exactly. It's
or
the theater version.
Like the fucking where they had the roller coaster with the popcorn and the Coca-Cola, that type of shit. Like, I don't understand. That's the only thing I see. It's like roller coaster, silence your cell phone, popcorn, refreshing Coca-Cola, and then you go into 17 trailers, and then the movie, and then you're like, what fucking movie am I here watching? And then it starts, and you're like, is this a movie or is this another trailer? Oh, shit, this is the movie. That's right. I fucking came here to watch fucking Ryan Gosling. Got it.
Someone please in the comments tell me that they know what I'm talking about. Because am I the crazy one? Am I the crazy one here?
I've never been to a movie where they played any other commercials besides that fucking... Let's go out to the lobby.
They haven't done that since the 80s. Let's go out to the lobby.
And either way, you just show up later. If they want to do it, play all the shit you want beforehand, and then I just know that I have to arrive an extra 5 minutes later.
But what they're saying is having like the start time at 8, right? It's listed as, hey, movie starts at 8. But then like that's when they start the commercials. Then you get to the trailers. Then you get to the movie starts at like 9:20 now.
Yeah. And that's when Mad Mike will be there, 9:15. And I'm like, man, I saw that one trailer. That was pretty good.
I don't know. I just, anyway.
Catch on to your scheme. Now, the trick would be to put them during the movie. Like fucking, when you're watching Prime and shit, you're like, oh, fuck. And it's like the worst possible edit. They're like halfway through the line, and it's like, fucking, you got hemorrhoids? Do you bang dudes in their butthole and you have HIV? Well, we got the cure for you. It would only cause death. Fucking bleeding out of your eyeballs. All your hair will fall out, but you won't have AIDS.
Yes.
Now back to your show. And you're the guy's like, fuck.
So back to the news story. The new boss over at Xbox is Asha Sharma. Asha Sharma.
17 times fast.
That's a tough one to say. Wants to make Xbox and PC Game Pass more affordable in the future. This is courtesy of a leaked memo that's been shared, in which the Xbox head and Microsoft Gaming CEO told employees that the current model of Game Pass isn't the final one, and it requires a better value equation. She also mentioned that it will evolve long-term into a more flexible system. Anytime I hear that, I immediately think of ads. Like that's the first. Every time a system's been like, hey, we want to give you more options. It's like bullshit. Yeah. You want to sell us more things. You want to make sales and ad revenue, and you want to.
They're gonna fire our ass. I'm like, nah, you're fucking out.
I mean, that is a possibility as well.
I still gotta pay all my lawyers for Epstein's fucking shit.
Wow, that seems like a personal problem there, guy. But
that's Bill Gates. It's Microsoft. It's a callback.
It's a callback. What else? CinemaCon just happened, and a bunch of stuff dropped. Sony was huge. They dropped a shit ton of stuff.
They like got to because of the fucking garbage fire, fucking dumpster fire, garbage fire,
garbage fire. Yes. Like stuff for Helldivers 2, and they're doing like a Bloodborne movie. They showed some footage and some clips of the next Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse movie, which looks gorgeous as always. Know the
Project Hail Mary guys were doing that too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there was a
show where we can learn these things.
We've only talked about it so many times.
Did we though?
So many times.
Did
So many times.
we?
Yes, absolutely yes. But yeah, so lots coming out of the
How
CinemaCon
come you
thing.
weren't at CinemaCon?
Because it's in Germany and it's a little outside my area. No, I think where did CinemaCon?
Don't you have
take
to be in the
place?
business or something to get in there? I think we talked about it before. You were like, yeah, you gotta be like a whatever, and you gotta blow so many dudes.
I mean, that's one of the things.
You gotta pump the numbers up.
So you gotta get some numbers up, buddy. It was in Vegas, dude. Vegas like has been crazy the last few weeks because they had PizzaCon a few weeks ago.
Yes, that's my favorite con. I'm totally gonna go one of these. Fucking going.
PizzaCon. Then they
fuck
had
San Diego. Fuck New York. I'm going to fucking PizzaCon.
So they had PizzaCon. They had like the Exotica, which is like the adult entertainment con. They had CinemaCon this weekend. Next weekend is NAB, which is your national something broadcasters. It's like the National Association of Broadcasters. The week after that is Magic Con for those that play Magic the Gathering. Like it is just week after week of stuff. But besides all that, I really do want to get to CinemaCon, but I don't think. I don't think I would. Let's see. I'm curious now. So to apply for media credentials to CinemaCon,
don't put it on the internet. So all these assholes are gonna apply now.
Well, you got it. How are they gonna prove? You have to show a bunch of shit. You have to There's stuff. It's stuff. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So
Anywho,
we'll
talk later.
CinemaCon next year.
We'll go PizzaCon. We'll stay for a week and then we'll go to the other one.
There you go. There was
something else I watched. I was going to talk about. I should write these things down.
You throw me off. God damn it! I always have this and this and this, and then you just randomly throw some weird thing in there, and I'm lost.
That's my whole thing.
That's kind of my whole thing. What else? Lots of shows coming back. Dexter got another season.
Did it?
Yeah. Dexter Resurrection is getting a season 2. They're bringing back.
About that.
Yeah, they're bringing back. Uma Thurman will be back. The fucking fat dude that was in the last season, he'll be back. And then they got a bunch of other like big name talent that's coming to it, including what's his name, Brian Cox.
Oh, nice.
Legendary actor. Yeah. He'll be in it. So this is going to be a bunch. That's the whole thing. It's going to all be freaking cameos from now on, super cameo stuff. Because that's what they did the last year, right? Kristen Ritter, you had the dude from Home, you had Neil Patrick Harris, you had all these, Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
That's just everything. Every season now is just going to be a huge cameo fest of how many celebrities can we shove into this project. But more Dexter is not a bad thing. So,
we were talking about it before the Metal Gear show.
So apparently, Metal Gear is actually finally happening. They've been talking about this for goddamn 30 years. They've been trying to take this goes back to the same conversation we've had a million times. There are certain properties that it's done. Like, just take that and put it
and film
there.
it.
Like, that's
just
it.
Film it.
Just do this over there. And if you do that, it's going to make a shit ton of money. And then
they're like, no, let's put The Rock and Kevin Hart and Jack Black in it. You know who'd be good at Solid Snake? Kevin Hart.
It's like, so in this, it's like the X-Men, but instead of having powers, they work in a soup kitchen. It's like they just do these random weird takes of everything.
Idea, let's do it.
Genius. Greenlit for 3 movies and a sequel. It is one of the things that irritates the ever-loving shit out of me, in that until the recent stuff of like The Last of Us and I don't know, was the other properties, like The Boys. Even The Boys is like way off the mark from it's good, but it's really far removed from what the books are. But like
It's
The
a
Walking
rare
Dead,
thing when they did it really good or whatever.
yeah. So there are certain properties that have gotten a lot better at it. Fallout is a great example of where you can tell an original story, but keep it core to its roots. The Boys, while it's definitely not the story from the comic, is pretty faithful. It's pretty indicative of what the books are. Same with like The Walking Dead for the most part. But yeah, like Metal Gear Solid is such like just a guy. He infiltrates the thing. He tries to be stealthy. He takes out some baddies, and at the end, he has a fight on top of a Metal Gear. Like it's boom, you're good. You're done. You know, snowy
Tom
environments.
Cruise in there, it's just like Mission Impossible.
Ugh. That's the question. That's the $1,000,000 question. Do you need a well-established, famous lead to play Solid Snake?
No, it's opposite. Complete opposite is the way you need to go because it's a solid, well-written story that people love. You don't need. You could put anyone. You could put fucking you in there, and they'll be like, "This is so cool. Look at that guy. He rolled around and got the fucking thing. He's so
I will say,
stealthy."
I look good inside a cardboard box. I'm just gonna say that.
And black spandex.
Black spandex. A bandana. I could kill a bandana.
But
No, I
yeah,
was gonna say. I will say this. I did voice some of the lines from Metal Gear Solid too. You can go on my page. You find that I did a little voiceover action.
nobody's going on your page, but anyway.
You could find my clip where I
But yeah,
voiced over
it's the
Solid Snake.
perfect I think it's better they don't do that, and you have some nobody like that you want to use for other shit.
Let
And let the material speak for itself.
let the role be the star. Let Solid don't not X and X, superstar is Solid Snake. Like let Solid Snake be the character that it is and live through this whatever actor they get. I agree.
It's better too because that guy is hungry and wants to do the thing, whereas like you're the Rocks or whatever, they're like doing it because they're obligated to do it. So they're phoning it in. They're like phoning it in. Like, I don't want to fucking. What do you mean he's just a box? Like, what the fuck? This is stupid. Whereas some guy that's like, he's fucking living in an apartment in New York with 7 other dudes, like paying $3,000. He's like, fuck, I want to make this show work so I can get out of here.
He's doing
he's
one
gonna
finger
put his heart
push-ups.
into it. Like, I am the box. The box is me.
I am the snake. Wrong movie.
Just focus on I'm a slithery snake.
I'm a slithery snake. Yeah, so
solid snake.
I think it's the kind of franchise where you could put like celebrities around them in kind of the small, like get your Sniper Wolf. Yeah, your Revolver Ocelot, your Sniper Wolf. But the core of it, your Roy Campbell as the Colonel, your Otacon, and your Solid Snake. I feel like lesser known, fresher faces, and then you populate it with some big names, around the outskirts, and you can sell it. You can make it. People are saying Alan Richardson because he really wants to be Solid Snake.
Well, he wants it.
I think he's a phenomenal actor. I think he's got some great range. I do. He's got some good range. He's got some good range.
I've only seen him in Reacher and fucking Smallville, so
no, he's
I didn't watch this movie. That movie he did was supposed to be pretty good. I did see the footage of that his neighbor shot of him, which I thought was really good.
That was great. He really hammed it up for that one.
But
it was all AI. It's fake.
Yeah, he's still too like I like him as like what they did with him for Reacher. It's like like that shows like there's no big huge celebrities in there.
Yeah,
like he wasn't known really. Do that with the Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, I think there's again,
but he's too big, and it's like I don't think he's right for the role.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll give you a freebie. I'm not going to charge you $250,000, but he's not right for the role.
I just saved you guys. I just saved you guys a bunch of money. We're switching to
And
that
he's too
one.
busy doing Reacher. We still need fucking our other seasons, you assholes.
Yes. Isn't there also they're doing a spin-off show too of the chick, right?
Apparently. That's what they always do. It's so frustrating.
Anytime they
Just
take
watching Tulsa King and they're like doing a spinoff with Samuel L. Jackson. Oh god, it's so bad. Like the dude can't even stand up straight. And you want us to believe he's like whacking dudes? Like even Stallone, it's like hard to believe in that show. Like he's not beating anyone. They have a hard time. He has a hard time seeing his lines. He's like out of breath all the time. It's like, dude, you're 85. Like, just tell your kids to buy less shit.
Oh god.
But I was watching it and Samuel L. Jackson, he's like in the fucking like last episode, second to last episode. And it's like he's all like, and I'm like, fuck, dude. It's I feel his pain because it's like I'm always in pain walking and shit. And I'm like, dude, he can't even stand upright. Like, it's hard watching your heroes get old.
Yeah, man. I mean, shit, he was old 30 years ago.
Right? When he was in the fucking Avengers and shit. He's like pushing. I don't even know how old he is because you know black don't crack. But
there's a great thing where he signed on. He signed on to do the Avengers and do the whole Marvel thing, and he's like under one condition. He's I don't run. I don't run. Never put me in a scene where I'm running. And the closest they got him to is the one scene in like the first Avengers film when he's like running onto the deck and he's got the rocket launcher. And they're like, he's like, that's the one and only time. He's like, I'm not doing it again. And you think about it, in every scene he's ever been in, he never moves very quickly.
Yeah.
It's always very slow.
That's how I am. That's in my contract too. Like, I ain't running.
That's the only reason he signed up for this show. He's like, I get to just sit the whole time. Oh yeah.
What?
Bet.
We
Right
get to
in my wheelhouse.
walk. He still does the, he tries to cover up by doing his little
Little Bob.
swagger, but it's like
somebody said we look like ketchup and mustard. They're so
no
cute.
shit. I
Yeah.
didn't think about that.
Look at that. We're matching. We're just we're a pair, man. We're a pair. He's jealous. All right.
Got what we're talking about.
We're gonna be. It's the top of the hour. We're gonna jump to a break. Hopefully, our guest should be joining us here any minute. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about the new novel, Red Rovers, with author Leo Baker when we come back. So, Mad Mike, thank you for joining us for the first hour, as always. And we'll see you down the road.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. We're going to take a short break. We got more show for you right after this. Shots.
Hey, you there? Yeah, it is right, you. Let me ask you something, right? Where the hell do you think that you're going? Oh, would you think because the show is going to commercial that means you get to just walk away? Well, CQ asked me to pass on the little message, alright? And it says, I'll be back.
In the shadows of the city bright, where heroes rise and take the fight, there's a voice that breaks the night. It's CQ with the insight. From the comics to the silver screens, talking legends and those crazy scenes, pop culture trends and hidden themes. CQ reveals what it all means. From the comics to the silver screens, talking legends and those crazy scenes, pop culture trends and hidden themes. CQ reveals what it all means. Pop culture warrior here to ignite, guiding through the tales of light. With CQ leading the charts so bright, we're ready for another flight. Pop culture warrior here to ignite, guiding through the tales of light. With CQ leading the charts so bright, we're ready for another flight. Marvel at the twists and turns, villains playing heroes learn. Every episode we'll discern lessons from the past to learn. Games we play and books we read. CQ's list of what we need. Memories that make us bleed. Together we will take the lead. Pop culture warrior here to ignite. Guiding through the tales of light. With CQ leading the charts so bright. We're ready for another fight. Pop culture warrior here to ignite. Guiding through the tales of light. With CQ leading the charts so bright. We're ready for another fight. Pop culture warrior here to ignite. Guiding through the tales of light. With CQ leading the charts so bright. We're ready for another flight. Pop culture warrior here to ignite. Guiding through the tales of light. With CQ leading the charts so bright. We're ready for another flight.
Hi there. You're watching Pop Culture Warrior. This is the way.
You're watching Pop Culture Warrior. The force is strong. They have the high ground.
Love, absolutely love being live. It's one of my favorite things. All right, here we go. There it is. All right. In the world of storytelling, there are creators who just write, and they're the ones who build entire worlds you can just get lost in. And tonight's guest falls into that second category. He's an author who's carved out his own lane with bold ideas, layered characters, and stories that don't just entertain, they stick with you. He's been steadily building a name for himself, and now he's back with a brand new project, Red Rovers. It's a story that blends tension, imagination, and the kind of what happens next energy that keeps you turning pages way past when you probably should have gone to sleep, because none of us gets any sleep here. We're going to talk about his journey as a writer, how his style has evolved, what it takes to stay creative in a crowded space, and of course, we're going to dive all into Red Rovers and what makes this one hit different. I cannot wait to get this started. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Mr. Leo Baker. Yay! That's your cue, buddy.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, as a good host, thank you for joining us. This is great. I'm super excited. I really have been looking forward to it. In an effort of transparency, because I'm always very honest with my audience, I haven't gotten to read the book. I was supposed to get a copy. I didn't. We were just talking about that. But it's one of the ones that I'm most excited to dive into, just off of the synopsis and the information I was given ahead of time. But I want to start with you before we dive fully into the book. I love to get to know the person that I'm talking with and a little bit about them. So let's kind of start at the beginning. What first kind of pulled you into writing as a career? Was there a specific moment where you said oh, this is what I want to do?
There was not a specific moment, but my earliest efforts in writing were technical and journalistic. It was I responded to ads that there were people were looking for writing in local newspaper, and then in the capacity of doing some technical writing, and found that there was something to it that then led me ultimately to work. What led me adjacent to this world, working as a government contractor and doing technical writing, then working in the capacity of historical writing, so documenting things. And those are the things, obviously, that are had me adjacent to the world that fascinated me, that I continue to write about. And a lot of that is ghostwriting. So this writing later, as is the case with Red Rovers, in a way where I'm putting out my own story instead of writing someone else's. I guess that is maybe the best way to sum it up. I've written many other people's stories, or written other people's, at other people's direction for quite a while. So that was my upbringing as a writer, and then began to write things that ideas that I conceived, marrying. I believe you mentioned your pop culture sci-fi interests. I was always informed by those, but did not have much of an opportunity in writing, on behalf of DoD, on behalf of other clients that I contracted for, anything that was that fantastic or exciting to me. So this was a nice break away from that.
Outstanding. Outstanding. And touching on that, I think that's great. What kind of stories were you drawn to like early on, either just for your own entertainment or for your own writing?
My father had lots of technical books around the house, but he also had a penchant for those short sci-fi, classic sci-fi tales. I looked at one the other day. It was a Asimov curated collection. I think it was called 50 Short Sci-Fi Tales. Those are some of my uh, earliest things that I really sunk my teeth into. And of course, Tom Clancy was a major inspiration for me in that he could bring creativity to a very technical and well-researched space. I also very much liked adventure stories, whether it was uh, Robinson Crusoe, other stories about discovering the unknown parts of the world, Arthur Conan Doyle. So going back early, let's say pre-Clancy, those were some of my earliest inspirations, but things I just remember tucking up under a tree and, uh, you know, California on the hills, breaking into, an entire world away, an entire imaginative world. And I suppose I can harken back to that. Also, it was left over for me a lot as a kid, but I read a lot of newspapers. They were
Mm.
always stacked on the tables.
Interesting. And so I would imagine that, a lot of that DNA kind of still shows up in your work, right? Like today with talking the military, talking the, that the sci-fi, all those kind of pieces kind of grow. And what I'm curious is because I've talked to a lot of authors and I've talked to a lot of writers, and there's there's kind of a shared thing, and maybe this is all of entertainment, right? Whether you're actor, director, comedian, whatever, there's always that early kind of grind phase where you have to, like, pound the pavement, as it were, and really get through some of the tough stuff, the stuff maybe you're not as excited about. You touched on it a little bit, but I was just curious, what did what did that grind phase kind of look like for you early on?
Not to disillusion you, but I don't know that I've necessarily had a grind phase, partly because I was not pursuing writing, even in the case of this book. I still have a uh, day job, I suppose you could say. I still do my contract. I still am a contractor. I still am otherwise engaged. And so maybe where a lot of many other writers face a what they perceive to be a very steep hill to climb. That was not the case for me, and I can say with some gratitude does not continue to be the case. That said, there is a point, especially after you've gotten through the first draft of a story, where you simply want it to be done, or somebody else's problem, uh, right? So I could say I've done this part of the story, I wrote it. Why do I have to keep working on it? And an editor, the editors at the publisher will then educate you that it is not the first, nor the second, nor even the fifth draft that is ready for prime time. And so there is a grind in that portion, but I wrote on the side, and even as I started on this book, was not necessarily uh, feeling myself overcommitted in a way that I was up against it.
Interesting. No, I appreciate the candor. I appreciate the transparency. That's what we're all, that's I'm learning this as much as anyone else, as much as the audience is. Um, so let's talk a little bit about the craft and the process that you talked about. When you sit down to write, right? When you're getting into this, you decide, all right, I'm going to do this thing. Like, are you a real planner? Is everything boxed out perfectly, and you're going piece by piece? Is it just go and figure it out as you're making your way through it? What was the process for this?
When I first started writing creatively in at novel length, I did some short story writing before vignettes, even submitted article length stories to places. I believed that it was necessary to do what many writers do, which is set up the cork board and put the 3x5 index cards. I did all of that. Ultimately, I did not find it particularly useful. Um, for me, I needed to. I will give you the credit to say that I suppose I had to say there is no way to lay out an easy map. You have to get down next to the word processor and hammer it out and get through the story that way. I, however, found that as I would lay out several scenes or get through them, I would then need to step back and almost like if you're laying tile, you stand up to be sure all the pieces are straight. I'm not a tile layer, but from the summer jobs that I've had, bricklaying, tile laying, working in construction, I do know that if your nose is too close to the stone, you start to lose sight of what makes the whole story work and be effective. And I do find that at certain intervals, I need to step back and at least mentally put up that cork board and allocate those pieces. Sometimes if I'm stuck, the answer comes through research, whether research in a location or in the case of writing, as a I'm not an NCO, not enlisted. I'm not a service member. Have not served, but worked adjacent to that world. And I suppose you could say that I have fan service in a way. But the opportunity to me is to then go to a myriad of experts and participants and service members and gather from them the information that will lead me forward in the story. In other words, as is the case in Red Rovers, speaking to special operators to ask, well, what would you do in this situation? So sometimes if I'm stuck, it's through research, through soliciting from those experts, getting that substance, and that carries the story forward. So in other words, sometimes you lose perspective. Sometimes you also can be tricked into working too hard. And what you need to do is go out into the world and bring something to the page to inform you.
Oh, wow. We're learning, man. This is great. This is great for all those people that want to be writers, that want to get their story down. Pay attention. You're getting a master class here. What have you found more challenging through your writing? Is it typically like coming up with the idea, or is it kind of like executing it, or finessing it? I mean, where's the struggle for you as a writer?
That's a good question. I don't know that my answer will likely be different in a few years because I suspect that each book is going to present its own challenges. Um, I'm working on something right now that is a journey into the unknown. It's on Earth. It's not in space. It's to a remote part of the world. And the question that I asked going into that story is, what is a mission? And in this case, it is a mission. They're defense contractors working in a unique capacity. But what is the mission? I don't think this is giving things away that people would be irritated by. But the question was, if people came back and all lied about the mission, coordinated a lie, what is the circumstance of that mission that would, and so on the one hand, I mentioned that to say, on the one hand, there's the plot you're following. There you go from location one, to location two, to location three. These things transpire. And on the other hand, there is always driving toward that central question. Are you, are, are we being led to the thing that is the premise, the promise of the book? And the promise of the book in that case is a terror or something terrifying that happens that borders on, you know, reality. But so keeping those two things in balance, I don't know that I could say the you don't necessarily, as a writer, recognize the challenge when you're in it, but you certainly know when those things are out of sync, right? Like if you know, if one of your tires is imbalanced, you start to feel the wobble. And I recognize it that way. So if I'm out of sync, I feel the wobble, something is wrong. Uh, Whether I have the immediate insight to know, you know, whence that problem comes. In the case of Red Rovers, it it was different because it is a very action plot oriented book, and all of the pieces had to work together and have the same um, I guess synchronicity. They had to have a tempo, they had to have a movement, and one of the uh, challenges to that was not in immediately writing and moving through the action, but was in stepping back and figuring out how to make all the pieces about the same length and depth, and uh, edit it and whittle it into a place where it was all in balance. That may sound a bit vague and abstract. I'm still, you're learning. I'm also learning how to communicate this stuff. My head is in the book, but but the quick answer is, I think the thing that is most difficult is being sure that you are serving both the purpose of the book and the action of the characters in their world at the same time.
Yeah, no, dude, you're doing great. You're speaking like a writer, which I love because it's like the passion for the work. It comes through, and it's so good. One last question before we dive fully into the book, because I really want to do that. But I'm fascinated, as you can tell, I'm fascinated by the process of it all. What's something, you know, about, and this could be about the writing itself, the you know, getting it to be published, the selling it, whatever it is. What's something about this whole process that, you know, people outside of it would be surprised by or completely misunderstand as the process?
A writer at a conference told me once that the myth of the drunken writer, or the folklore of the drunken writer, was a myth. It's a something that writers came up with to slow the competition. Um, in my experience, the being a writer is not particularly romantic, and I think that writers, the reason I mentioned that story is writers, again, this is purely my perception, whether it is in other books or film or TV, are tortured romantic, living some sort of idyllic life, even if it is under the strain of you know, their tortured existence. I don't think that is true. In my exposure and experience, many writers are, they it is a job, and they treat it like a job, and live a fairly normal life. I think that is an image that writers like to put out into the world, and so it can disillusion people of it. But also, everyone is different. I don't even know that I qualify to call myself a writer particularly. I don't know at what point you cross the threshold into the other side um, where you are now considered one of the something that generates the stereotype. Right? Like, what is a stereotypical writer? There certainly is a rope fence around some group of writers that all represent some kind of ideal. Do I fit inside that fence? I have no idea.
Man, you know, hey, I get the sense of like the oh man, there's a term for it. The like, I'm the sham from the inside. Oh God, there's a term for it where
I think you're making this up.
no, where people they feel like a sham within the oh my God, it's gonna bug me to no end that I can't think of the term for it. Man, it's gonna bother me. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about Red Rovers, because I mean,
Was
Oh,
the word
please.
you were looking for imposter, by the way, or a phony?
Imposter
Is that what
syndrome.
you- yeah.
Thank you. My
Okay.
God. I was losing my mind. I'm like, I know the word. I was like, I get it all the time. And I've talked to like certified, A+ A*, people that would never argue that this is a big celebrity. And they're like, no, I deal with it all the time, right? They're going to realize I don't belong here. They're going to realize that I don't know what I'm doing. I think that proves you belong. If you have the imposter syndrome, I think more than anything that proves you belong. And hey, you've got your name on a book. It's available for sale. You're here promoting. You're an author, brother. You're an author. So that we're past that. Red Rovers. I know it because I read up on it. But if you were selling it to the audience right now, give us the pitch. What's the hook that pulls people into this book?
The book is about a special missions unit team that encounters something on a mission in Somalia that one of the operators on that team sees something that does not make sense. That leads him on a journey to New Mexico, where he finds a subterranean army facility that is deploying Echo Detachment, which is a completely unknown, off the books special operations unit that uses teleportation to infill and exfil around the world. So the guys walk onto a pad in New Mexico and click, and they are liberating a airplane passengers from a hostage situation or an embassy, or dropping onto a moving train or whatever it may be. But they use this, it's a very grounded special ops book that uses this radical technology. So it's an action book about a special ops team that uses teleportation to fight terrorism.
Oh my God. I love it. I love it. My two favorite tropes or genres or whatever you want to call it within sci-fi is teleportation and time travel. Like those are my if it has any of that, I'm so fucking in. So obviously we don't want to spoil the book. We want people to go out and read it and things. You said it's very grounded. So this is not, we got this from a space alien, and we're utilizing it. This is very, the US government figured this out, or some scientists within the government figured it out. Is that what we're leaning with?
Well, it's I don't believe it spoils much, because the origin of the technology is just assumed at the beginning. They have it, but it is mentioned that DARPA developed it, and then all the branches competed over it, and due to pressing global conflict, the Army won in terms of who got to play with the toy, I guess you could say. And that there is a sort of suggestions, which hasn't actually, I suppose, hasn't even been announced. So I guess I just announced it. But there is a sequel, and in that the politics come a little more to bear, which is, saying that we could use this technology in many places to the benefit of the world, whereas the Army, and there maybe is, you've heard the expression, certainly, that to a hammer everything looks like a nail. Uh, SOCOM gets this, everything to them looks like a nail, while as other people who are aware of the technology are saying, but we could use it to irrigate or transport manufacturing, or move people out of crises, or whatever it may be. And the response to that is, the minute that the world is aware we have this technology, it is no longer it no longer presents the strategic advantage to us. And then there's the greater consideration from the powers that be, that what happens when this is in the wrong hands.
Yes.
There's a line in the first book where they say you could put a bomb in the Oval Office, right? Because the way that technology works is, and this is part of the, not giving away much, it's in one of the early chapters, but they're explaining, we put up a bunch of satellites in the same way you see Starlink going up, that were weather satellites. You may have heard of this, and the lead character says, "No, I didn't hear about it." This, well, they weren't weather satellites; they're positioning satellites that essentially triangulate a marker onto the surface of the planet. Wherever that marker is, that's where the Red Rovers, which is the nickname of their team, are sent, and then all they have to do is press something with their fingerprints on their chest, and it launches them back to their origin. So Red Rovers.
Wow.
So so the technology is discussed technically, but this is not a story about the discovery or the origin of the technology. That is kind of happens before the book.
So I mean, and that's fascinating, man. Oh, I love it. I love it. Um, my head is spinning with like, so like I want to ask so many like, so okay, so how does it work with the you're so spot on, and I love this idea because to me it draws a very similar it's almost how the internet was first created, and it was this military thing, and then like you said, it gives us the strategic advantage, and then like, well, no, but we could use it to help so many people, and then little by little, and here we are years later, and it's cat memes and all types. Everybody's got their hands on it. Everybody has a voice. What I would love to know is, where did the idea for this story come from? I mean, obviously you have, you're working contracting and things, but why special operations? Why teleportation? Where did all this come from?
Well, I suppose there are two origins. You never know how something synthesizes. I'm not even sure exactly the moment that the idea came to me, but I do remember it came to me with the title. So the title and the idea came out at the same time. I don't know if that's unique or interesting or meaningful, but I thought, I was very happy with the title. On the one hand, this is a world that you, or certainly your listening audience, knows. The greatest challenge in any direct action mission is the infiltration or the exfiltration. You can look at the Bin Laden raid, for example, and
Yep.
it was a near disaster. It was not a disaster in that they achieved the objective and executed the target. But there were many other failures during that mission, and I say that not callously to point at anybody, but the fact that a helicopter crashed, the fact
Right.
that there was a need to activate QRF elements. All of those factors are indicative of how difficult the execution of the mission was done very efficiently, quickly. Everything around it was a potential disaster. Even going back as far as Desert One, the very first Delta mission, it was an absolute infill disaster and exfil
Right.
disaster, both, in fact. Right, so both getting there and pulling out, and they didn't even have the opportunity for the mission. Weather can dictate the how a target is disposed. Many factors. Even as I'm sure you've heard these stories, commercial air travel. You can have guys who are flying commercially. The 160th isn't always available, or somebody may have to move from A to B. Bottom line is, looking at the effectiveness of an element on target, you are always considering, or you are assuming, and putting yourself in a precarious position, that you can get to the target and get away from the target, and that the primary and that the target objective can be served. You sort of assume those parts in planning a mission, or you can. And so on that hand, the question is, what if you removed those elements? What if all you had to do was execute on the target? What does that change? How does it change global warfare if you didn't have to figure out how to rappel down the side of the building, as we saw the SAS do, and figure out a way through a window, distracting the terrorist, if you could just suddenly be inside the building? There was it's something that was in my mind for quite a while, and I think informed the idea. I would have to source for you the article, but back in the early 2000s, there was a lab somewhere on the East Coast US that actually teleported some atoms. And what was interesting in this article, I'll try to find it for you, but was whatever happened exactly, one of the lead scientists said, we have no idea how it happened. I had this thought in reading that if you make a telephone call, um, and don't think cell phones, go back to like rotary phones with a cord. When you speak into the microphone or speak into the phone on one side, and then your grandmother, uh, 8 states away answers on the other side, she hears your voice. And we know because we've heard our voices that it's a she is hearing an accurate or close to accurate representation of your voice. But actually, those sound waves cease to exist between the where you are and where she is. It's
Right.
electric, impulses that travel between. Similarly, if I'm talking to you on a cell phone now and it's traveling the world by internet, satellite, fiber optic cables, that sound does not transport. The sound ceases to exist and then it is recreated on the other side. In fact, um, it really is. We take that technology for granted. We do the same thing with cameras now. The You do not travel across the world to the other person's screen.
Right.
The image of you does not travel. It is recreated, and that likeness is recreated to a high degree of accuracy. So I asked the question at some point, you know, added it to the pot that eventually boiled over to this book was um, there's been other representations of teleportation as sort of slipping between dimensions or something like that.
Right.
In the X-Men comics, which I presume you read, Nightcrawler went to I think he went like to the underworld, right? Like there
Right.
was
Yeah. It's like
always the
a.
the smell of sulfur and bamboo
Yep.
that came out. So, um, but the idea that you are the idea to me that you can make a sound disappear in one place. It is made, it ceases to exist, and it is recreated somewhere else with incredible accuracy. That's a kind of teleportation, right? I mean, not necessarily technically, but I thought of it in those terms, and then combining those, synthesizing those two ideas, it became well, what's the coolest mission you could do? And so again, the book I wouldn't say is particularly tech heavy, but it's very action oriented. But that's the source of those ideas.
I love it. I love it. The more you talk about it, the more like excited I get because talking about teleportation of it. I'm sure you've seen the movie The Prestige, right? Where they create this machine, and it's a copy, right? It's teleportation in that this person is ending up there, but it's a whole different person, and then you got to eliminate this person. I'm like, are there? Is it ever in this book? Is it ever kind of discussed this idea of like, are you if you cease to exist here and now you are over here and then you cease to exist there and now you're over here, like, are you the same person? Are you like, is this a copy paste kind of thing? Like, do they ever kind of like go about the I don't know, the metaphysical kind of complications of like identity and am I me? Am I a copy? Am I a clone? Like kind of thing?
There's nothing quite that existential, but without giving much away, there is something that I think your audience can relate to, and it is inspired by things certainly that have come out of the soft community over the decades, which is these operators are using this tech. They want to be the best. They're highly competitive and not necessarily stopping to consider the toll on their bodies. And in some cases may conceal the toll on their bodies because the last thing you want is to be pulled from the mission, especially a mission as extraordinary as this one. And we've seen indications of that, whether it was from use of performance enhancing drugs even before like Dex, things that were that were not illegal, not illicit, right? But were considered, were even recommended, prescribed ways to increase, improve, generate the top performance, and there was a
Right.
cost, but at a tip of the spear level, there was a dedication, a uh, necessity, even an addiction to the highest level performance. So, in that sense, yes, you get some of this, what is happening to us in our bodies, but it's actually approached from this kind of real world perspective. And, these are very practically minded guys who aren't necessarily, musing metaphysically.
Interesting. And you kind of touched on it, and by all means, we can skip this if it gets even close to any kind of spoilery talk. But you kind of mentioned, like, I mean, well, if the bad guys get it, they could just drop a bomb somewhere. I mean, is that something where I mean, look at the real world today. We have there's missiles, and then there's interceptors, and these different things. Is that a situation where the military kind of goes like, maybe we can just take care of this problem by just shipping them a bomb, instantly, some Amazon 2-day delivery here, to instant delivery bomb, or do they use it just solely for troops to kind of get in there?
At this at this stage and in this volume, uh, things may change a little bit in the sequel, but in this volume, it is only the direct action teams are getting access to this technology in the same way that, again, as we all know, first operational detachment, Delta they got the top tech, the first tech, before anyone else even knew it existed in some cases, everything but a lightsaber, um, and that we know of.
Right.
But and that's again, there's explanation for why that would be the only use of the technology. They put their hand up first and highest and said, there are things we need to do with it, wars we need to win, and we have the ability to do this in clandestine fashion. And if you see, there's literally like a prop room before they go on their missions. Do they need to dress locally? Do they need to carry local kit? Is this a NATO round country? Is it not? Can we, these things are all considered because they want this technology to be invisible. Now, that said, there is an element that is evoked a little bit, at least, which is in if you think, and this is fascinating to me, I actually thought a little bit about how to integrate this storyline into a time travel book. So something else specifically for you, the audience of one,
Just me.
just for you. If i- if you think of the Manhattan Project, if you've ever read the books
Hmm.
around it, or watched, the movie, the Christopher Nolan movie, um, it was one of the most, if not the most ambitious undertaking, technically, scientifically, um, and from a human resource perspective, government resource perspective. And on one side of the coin, one would assume this is completely impossible to replicate. But in reality, it turns out that everybody rushes to reproduce those efforts and have a nuclear weapons capabilities of their own.
Yeah.
And it is far easier than we would think. Once somebody cracks it, everybody else is quickly in line, to the point where our entire global effort becomes oriented around stopping the, you know, the dissemination, the reproduction of that technology. So in the case of the Red Rovers technology, this fictional technology, I think you would ask the same question. Uh, if we've cracked it, surely everyone else can crack it. And what happens at that point?
Yeah.
We don't quite go all the way there, but it is I guess you could say, a specter, that a shadow that is cast over the operations.
No, I love the idea of that. a few years ago when you'd say chat GPT about something, people are, what was that? I don't, what was this? What is it? And now everybody has their own built-in AI, right? It's like they cracked it first, boom, everybody, there's going to be a copy of it. So that makes all the sense in the world that, okay, these guys have cracked it. That means it's doable. And given the right circumstances, someone else could.
And you even look too at, for example, night vision, which was a game changer in terms of
Yep.
strategic advantage on the battlefield, and until the other person has it, and it turns out it's cheap to make, and then the other person has it, and now it is no longer a lot of your advantages are quickly made redundant, or you now have to operate differently. You cannot use IR strobes, you cannot use lasers. Those things are major signifiers now, drawing attention to you, and all you have to do is know that it's possible that one spotter has that tech, and every element of your advantage can suddenly be reduced, if not completely obliterated. So that's one that we look at. Thermal and night vision were an advantage that is no longer a game-changing advantage. We see it in drone technology too, except with that one, our overhang, the lead time for our advantage was minuscule, because we were already going to China. We'd already propped up their manufacturing. They could manufacture for anybody as quickly as they could manufacture for us. So drones, maybe had a 5-minute lead time in terms of providing a battlefield advantage. And now, so yeah, like anything else, it's an arms race, and that question is asked or at least acknowledged in the book.
Yeah, no, that makes all the sense in the world. Silly question. The Red Rovers, is that a play on the nursery rhyme, right? Like Red Rover, come on over, something like that. Is that? Am I reading too much into it, or am I close?
No, that's it. And this, they even joke, Red Rovers send, these motherfuckers over. And they you said I could say that on this
Yeah,
podcast,
absolutely.
right? Okay. So, or the show. Yeah, so that's the nickname that they give themselves. Again, their Echo detachment, which is also a play on words. The Echo,
Right.
following Delta 2, I guess you could call that an Easter egg, but yes, it is referring to the nursery rhyme and the playground game of sending somebody from one side to break through to the other.
I love it. I don't know why it just clicked to me. I'm like, I get it. And even the idea, Echo team, I love the idea of like an echo is, that it goes out and it comes back. Right. And like, oh God, it's almost like a really good writer wrote this stuff. It's amazing. What, man, there's so like, we're running short on, like, again, the time is flying by. I could talk about this forever. I love this. What is, in your opinion, if somebody's watching this and they want to, maybe they've got the idea or you're second guessing, what's something, maybe a mistake that you've seen that new writers tend to make, right? What's something that people should look out for, keep an eye for as a new writer?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know that I can speak for anyone but myself, but I do know it is a common pitfall to try and get things right the first time. If you are concerned about getting, even if it's just this sentence, even if it's spelling this word right, you will slow yourself down to such a degree that you will never get to the end, in my opinion. You can't, because the reality is there is no getting it right the first time. So the best thing to do is just get through the draft. And the second bit of advice may be that as soon as you get through the draft, this is not a child that you just gave birth to. There's nothing precious about this. No one cares about it but you, and it may be something you need to let die. So the point, be willing to have a healthy perspective when you get to the end of something, and let go of it a little bit, and either it will come back to you, and you will continue to work it into something worthwhile, or you will look back and say, what the hell was I thinking writing this to begin with? And whatever you learned, you can bring into the next thing. So I don't know that I have advice valuable to many people, but perhaps that serves.
Absolutely. Absolutely, without a doubt. And I'd be remiss. Obviously, this is a show where we do talk about movies and TV and things, and adaptations are a huge part of that. And nowadays, with content being the way it is, everything is getting adapted for everything. If this were to be adapted into a movie, a series, whatever, what is that in your head? Because I imagine as the writer, you're seeing this in your head as you're writing it. So does it make more sense, you think, for a movie, a series?
Well,
What kind of?
there
Go ahead.
it's already proceeding towards a feature film. So it's I suppose I can say there's a script written. I think it was actually announced, but I could be wrong. Um, so there is a great screenwriter who adapted it. I greatly enjoyed the screenplay, which I suppose is a good sign. So I personally could see it being both a movie and a show, but right now it is proceeding towards a feature film, and probably, to the extent that I have knowledge of these things, a fairly big budget one. Um,
Wow.
and so that, yeah, my desire would be to see something as grounded as possible, because I think there have been many iterations of things lately that did, from Warfare to Black Hawk Down to Active Valor, that to me were great iterations born of something very grounded and real, that told a great story in that world. But also, what do I know? It's not my screenwriting is not my job, and directing movies is not my job. But I do hope, there was the foreword to the book was written by a special missions unit veteran, Chili Palmer, who actually he's somebody you should have on. He actually did the advising for Extraction and a few other movies like that,
Mm.
and brought a lot of realism, to them. And so, yeah, and there's an audiobook we're working on that will come from an actor who's well known in that space. Well, I suppose it'll be public, but I believe we've contracted Max Martini, who is an actor in the unit, to do the audiobook, which I'm quite a much better voice than I have. So that would be. I'm looking forward to that. But yes, it is moving forward as a movie, and I can say with appreciation and gratitude that most of these scenes in the book that I was most fond of did make it into the movie or into the
Nice.
script.
Yeah, I would hope. And I mean, that's great. Oh man, we're running so short on time, but I so many things I want to ask you. Maybe you can give us just a small bit of insight, because I've always been curious about that. Right? What is the process? We see these big budget movies. The Project Hail Mary just came out. That was a huge adaptation of the book. Are you approached? Like, do they say, "Hey, is it okay if we do this?" Is it someone that tells you after the fact? Like, from the writer's perspective, the author's perspective, how does all that kind of come about?
Well, in my case, I don't know that I can speak for the writer of Project Hail Mary. I quite imagine that they send him a gold-plated Bentley to pick him up and ask him ask him what does it take. But in our case, Meridian Books are the publisher. They take and shop for film and television and come back in this case with some excited offers. Those um, they're diverse, and in this case, there was a screenwriter who specifically said, "I want to do this on uh, do the script first." It was actually, as I understand it, it was kind of jumping forward or jumping several steps in the process. But the representatives of the publisher, they go out and the great thing about working in that process with this publisher is you're involved in every conversation. You still have ownership, so they don't do anything um, without you have to agree, you participate in it, but it's exciting. They're out there kind of playing matchmaker for you, and so they've had several successes. Both the representatives had lots of successes, the publisher as well. So we're kind of excited to get into the hopper for that one. And or at least move up the magazine until we're in the chamber and ready for our opportunity to head out to the target. And that was kind of the case with this one. And it is exciting because there were actors talked about, directors talked about, to see the screenwriter take your vision and start to work with it. And I think a lot of writers probably have trepidation that that's done well. In this case, I can say it was done very well. It was really exciting. It was like a good movie going experience reading it. And yeah, so I hope, I'm at this point the biggest cheerleader for the project, and I think that's about all I can do at this moment, other than, they did ask what's coming next, what's in the sequel, where does the story go from here, and if I had any doubts about writing the sequel, there were things I really wanted to do that motivated me, certainly.
Wow. Wow, that's incredible. I man, oh, I'm excited. I can't imagine from your perspective. I'm excited. I'm super excited for this. We have comments too. People are saying this sounds like a blockbuster, is what they're saying in the chats. Normally this is where I'd say like, hey, what do you have coming? But obviously we've kind of hinted at some of the things. Is there anything else you want to talk about that people should keep an eye out for? Obviously we're going to tell people go get Red Rovers and read it. But anything else you want to talk about, or have we have we beat it to death?
No, nothing I'm ready to talk about yet. I probably said more than I was supposed to, but I'd be happy to share with you. I'll also be absolutely sure that a book gets over to you, and that wasn't in my control, but I'll be sure something goes over, or if you can tell me, I'll send them a signed one to send to you. But no, I do have a sequel to Red Rovers coming out. That one is written, it's being edited now, and then there is 2 other books right now in line that I'm contracted for that are a little bit different, but still in the military uh, genre, and little adventure, little thrill.
Very nice. Oh, that's so exciting. And where can people follow along? I know some people are big into social media and some people aren't. Some people have the website, some people don't. For you, if people are fans of yours and want to follow your journey and what's going on with you, what's the best way people can do that?
Probably my mom's Facebook. No, I'm terrible at social media. I do have an Instagram account. It's just Leo Baker IG, but I'm terrible at it. The publishing company at Meridia Books has a they'll my books are contracted with them, so that stuff will come out there. No, I'm not very interactive, but you can buy this book through the website. You can buy it at the major online bookstores for sure, and as I understand, it ships quickly, and other than in your case, you'll have it in your hands rather easily. And
Uh,
we do appreciate reviews. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. I'm honestly, and I don't say this just because you're a guest. I'm super excited to get my hands on this and to read it. If I get a signed copy, oh my God, it goes into the collection. Absolutely. But everybody in the chat is very excited, are very interested in this. We got to have you back when the sequel's ready, when the screenplay comes out, when they cast the movie. We got to get you back and talk more about it. But I just want to say thank you so much for your time tonight. I kept you way longer than I intended to, but this was such a fun conversation, and I'm so thrilled for this universe. I hope it spans a trilogy of trilogies, and because I think this speaks to my heart as a veteran, as a sci-fi nerd. I love this stuff, and I wish you all the success. We put the link to the books into the chat so that people can go straight to it and find it. I want to give you the last few seconds here. Say whatever's on your mind. Say goodbye to the audience. Whatever you want. The floor is yours, sir.
Oh, after all of that, I don't know that I want to follow it. That's more praise than I deserve. But I appreciate your time greatly. Happy to chat anytime, and hopefully the next books will be exciting. And I will absolutely be sure you get one of these for the collection. And I appreciate it. I hope it's as enjoyable as it is to get on and talk about it.
Outstanding. All right, everybody, go out, buy your copy of Red Rovers, because when the movie comes out, you know, you want to be like, yeah, man, I read that back before anybody knew about it. I read the book. I heard the author talk about it. You want to be the cool kid that got to it first. I'm going to thank our guest. Guys, stay tuned. We're going to toss the commercial while I go say goodbye to our guest, but we'll have more show for you right after this.
Hey, you there? Yeah, it is right, you. Let me ask you something, alright? Where the hell do you think that you're going? Oh, would you think because the show is going to commercial that means you get to just walk away? Well, CQ asked me to pass on the little message, alright? And it says, I'll be back.
In the shadows of the city bright, where heroes rise and take the fight, there's a voice that breaks the night. It's CQ with the insight. From the comics to the silver screens, talking legends and those crazy scenes, pop culture, dreams and hidden themes. CQ reveals what it all means. From the comics to the silver screens, talking legends and those crazy scenes, pop culture, dreams and hidden themes. CQ reveals what it all means. Pop culture warrior here to ignite, guiding through the tales of light, with CQ leading the charts so bright. We're ready for another flight. Pop culture warrior here to ignite, guiding through the tales of light, with CQ leading the charts so bright. We're ready for another flight. Marvel at the twist and
Hey, we're back. Oh my God. I'm so jazzed up. Oh, man. Jesus Christ. I get so excited. Leo Baker's such a cool dude. So chill, so down to earth. Man, I wish him all the success for Red Rovers. I can't wait to get my hands on the copy. I was supposed to have it before the interview, but that's okay because now I'm going to get a signed copy. So there you go. Big shout out to my guest, Leo Baker, for joining us, talking about his book, Red Rovers, soon to be a major motion picture. It's coming, man. I'm telling you. Thank you to Mad Mike for joining us for the first hour, as always. And we are going to wrap it down, wind it down for the show tonight. Do we have any housekeeping items? I don't think so. Hey, Brian, how you doing, bud? You're here. You're late. You know how it is. You didn't show up 10 minutes early. You're late. Do we have guests? The only other guest right now on the calendar. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. Can we talk about it? Yeah, I think we can talk about it. So, 2 weeks from tonight, April 28th, we are going to be joined by Rich Tallarico. Not exactly a household name, but was one of the comedy sketch writers behind some of the funniest sketches of all time. Key and Peele, I believe Saturday Night Live, I think Mad TV, a couple of them. But like you remember the Key and Peele, the AA Ron, you done messed up AA Ron skit? He was one of the writers on that. Really, really, really amazing writer, comedy sketch writer. He's got some film properties that he's working on. He does stand-up comedy. I mean, he's everywhere. He teaches, he does all of it. He writes. Super excited for that conversation because we are going to dive deep into the comedy world, and anybody knows me knows I love comedy. So that is going to be fun. And then we're circling some other really talented guests as well for Monday edition, for Sports Bar, for the Reset. Got some very interesting things coming up. That's all I'll say about that. If you were tuning into last Friday to FTX, we showcased, we the crew at FTX are being immortalized with our very own playing cards for the game Super Show. It's a wrestling card game. The guys at FTX, myself, King, Jake, Joe, and Jose. So I had to think. We're all being immortalized as wrestlers in the world of Super Show, and that's happening, man. We're gonna be playable characters in this collectible card game. So very, very cool, very unique, one of a kind experience. I can't even put into words what it means as a guy who loves card games and video games and all those things. To be a character in a wrestling card game is not something I ever thought I'd say, but if it's something that people are interested in too, maybe we make it a thing you can buy. You know what I mean? It's right now it's going to be a very limited edition collectible item, but if there's enough demand for it, we'll make a WTF Nation Radio collector box with cards. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But for now, tune into all the other shows. We got a lot going around here at WTF Nation Radio, starting your week on Sundays with the Reset at noon. That's Dr. J's show. All your mental health questions, needs, answers, wants, desires, it's all there at the Reset. Reset your week. Reset your week off on the right foot with the Reset with Dr. J. Sundays at noon. King and Me and Monday edition on Monday nights. Pop Culture Warriors here on Tuesdays. Smoke Pit on a small break, but we're coming back with something new very soon on Wednesday nights, and the Sports Bar as well on Wednesdays. Thursdays is Sergeant's Time. Bear with Ice as he's going through his changes. That sounds terrible. He's going through some changes. So there'll be a mix of lives and pre-records for Sergeant's Time, but you're still going to get your content every other Friday night right here in the CQ studios. We're having FTX, your in-game person-to-person tabletop gaming experience. And then Saturdays, weekend co-ops with Nemo, where he plays some fun cooperative video games. And you can, it's one of the cool ones because you can really kind of be part of the experience on weekend co-ops. You can, depending on the games he's playing, you can hop in and play with him. We also have a Discord channel. Check out our Discord channel, WTF Nation Radio on Discord. It's a really fun place to stay and talk and shoot the shit with hosts and other viewers between shows. We put out announcements. We do giveaways there. We try to keep it lively. We try to keep it lively between shows. It's a fun place to be a part of. I think that's everything. Yeah. Follow us on Facebook. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, post a comment, share. I don't know. All the buttons. Whatever the buttons are on the platform you are watching, push them all. In fact, if you hit all the buttons, pretty sure something amazing happens. So there you go. Do that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight on Pop Culture Warrior. We'll be back next week with more amazing pop culture news, stories, shares, our takes, our hot takes and whatnots, and all the greatest in what's happening in pop culture and interviews galore. Thank you for watching. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you next week. Shots.
Let's see it.